I'm Kev.
And I'm Steve.
And we're from the internet.
Want to get your question answered on a future episode of We're From The Internet? Head over to we'refromtheinternet.com/question, tweet your questions at KevinSteve, email kevinsteve@gmail.com, or post them at facebook.com/KevinSteve, or even leave them in the comments for this episode.
What do your fingers smell of?
My fingernails are a little bit long at the moment, actually. So they're a bit dirty, but they don't smell of dirt, which is quite nice. Your fingernails are very short. Do you bite your nails?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
My fingers smell of baby wipes.
Why do they smell of baby wipes?
Because I have a 2-year-old.
Interesting. How often do you chop garlic?
Why do I smell of garlic?
No, but when you
never.
chop garlic, don't you think your fingers smell of garlic for like 2 days afterwards?
The only time I handle garlic is when I have garlic bread, which was actually today, but the wipes seem to
but
have
you
got rid of
don't
the smell.
handle the raw garlic then, do you? It's just garlic on bread. When I had my my tooth problem and I was putting little slices of garlic on it 4 or 5 times a day, so I was constantly slicing up garlic, my fingers stank of garlic the whole time. All I could smell was garlic on my
You should have
fingers.
gone and beaten up a vampire. You'd look really hard.
I don't think vampires are real.
Yeah, they might be.
And if I've learned anything from True Blood, they don't really mind garlic.
That's probably just one who didn't like it, didn't like garlic bread, and they just assumed.
But why is it? Why I had to Google how to get the garlic smell off your fingers.
Why don't you use one of those manly Swafiga things, whatever they're called?
A what?
Is it called that? The one that gets oil out of your hands, and manly men use it. They have it by the sink so that when they've finished, like, changing a chain on a bike or...
Hang on. You're telling me manly hand wash. I'll tell you the manly method the internet told me to get the garlic smell off my fingers. Not quite fire. You get a piece of stainless steel, which just so happens that's what my knives are made of.
Right.
And you, underneath the water while you're washing up, rub your fingers up and down on the steel. Not on the blade, just on the knife.
Just the way I was thinking, where's this going?
No,
what did you do?
No, you just rub your fingers up and down the knife, and the act of rubbing it on steel underwater takes the smell away. I don't know how or why, but if anyone out there has got garlic finger smell, you need a knife, you need a puddle of water, and you need to have a little rub, and that gets the smell out completely. And it made me do the washing up concept. You'll notice in the kitchen now, I'm still in the habit of doing the washing up. I do it after every meal, just instantly now, like normal functional human beings have always done. But my policy for washing up in the past has always been, if there's anything left clean to use, I'll use that before I wash up, and I'll just wash up twice a week. But now I'm just in the habit of washing up straight after the meal because I was having to do it anyway to rub my fingers on a wet knife. So there you go.
You used
knowledge bomb.
Steel saucepan or something.
That wouldn't have been as manly, would it? I just rub my fingers on a saucepan like a real man. No, and obviously I didn't just do it on a little paring knife. I got the biggest knife that I've got, and I get my sword out and clean my fingers with a very sharp blade. Sometimes I'll sharpen it on the old knife sharpener first to make sure it was completely razor sharp, and then rub on it. Rub on the blood.
I think you're just asking for trouble. You're going to end up fingerless. And then your fingers will smell of nothing because they won't be there.
Well, they'll start to smell of rotting flesh after a little while if you kept them.
Yeah.
If you'd lost your fingers, would you keep them Davos out of Game of Thrones style? Would you keep your
little
fingers?
pouch around my neck.
Yeah.
Probably feed them to the dog.
What, bones and everything?
Well, dogs like bones.
Yeah, they don't. They shouldn't have chicken bones, though, should they?
Oh, these
They're
are
hollow.
human bones.
Are human bones hollow? What's the difference between a human and a chicken?
We can dance.
Chickens can dance.
Yeah, but we can do the chicken dance. They can't do the
Can
chicken
you
dance.
cut a human's head off nearly all the way and it still is all right, like you can with a chicken?
I don't know. Probably not. What if we started at the front, maybe? I don't know.
Should we try it now?
Nah, let's not.
We could call it your haircut and we'll just sort of cut.
I'm not having a haircut. I'm still keeping to this,
Yeah, you're trying to turn into Hulk Hogan.
something like
Are you
that.
going to start working out as well and become the full... I used my kettlebell for the first time today.
Why is it taking you so long?
Because it's bloody heavy. And I've had a bad tooth. I tried it out. I did 3 reps of the exercise because basically I read in, it was in Tim Ferriss's book. I can't even remember what it's called. 4 Hour Body, I think.
Yeah.
So follow up to 4 Hour Work Week. He reckons this one kettlebell exercise is all you need to do for a full body workout. You do it twice a week, 15 minutes. That's it. You just hold it in 2 hands with your legs open. dangling between your legs, and just swing it up in front of you and then back down again, and just keep swinging it, and it works out your whole body from the back of your legs all the way up, bum, stomach, chest, arms, shoulders, back. He said the only time he's ever had a six-pack was when he was doing that, and all you do is that exercise twice a week for like 75 reps. So I went out in the garden, got my kettlebell, did my third rep. Couldn't do it anymore, it's bloody heavy. So I immediately went on Amazon. I've got a 20 kilogram one at the moment. I went on Amazon, I've ordered a 10 kilogram kettlebell now. My theory is if I can get up to 75 reps on a 10 kilogram kettlebell, then I'll probably buy 15 then, and then gradually work up to the 20. Because in the book, he says, if you're a woman, start with 15. If you're a man, 20, 25 should be a nice starting point. So I got the lower one of his manly one, and bloody hell, it's heavy. I mean, you've picked it up before, haven't you? It's,
I don't remember picking it up.
Do you want to have it? Hold on, I can't. I've got to push it round on the floor to you, because it's seriously heavy.
It's not that heavy.
It's pretty heavy.
It's no heavier than...
Oh, it's 20 kilograms.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like...
Don't put it on the table. No, the table will collapse.
It's a bit heavier than my 2-year-old.
Yeah, imagine having it between your legs and swinging it up in front of you, and it's that swinging motion.
Yeah, I can't swing it up.
But my buttocks really hurt now after 3 reps with it. But I reckon...
Interesting. 15 minutes twice a week, I could probably handle that.
Yeah, well, when you see me swanning around with a six-pack in a few months' time, combine that with the fact I'm moving jobs to somewhere within cycling distance of my house, pump up my bike tyres, start the kettlebells, I'm going to be cycling to and from work and kettlebelling twice a week. I'm going to be you're going to have the Hulk Hogan hairstyle, I'm going to have the rest of the Hulk Hogan body by the time I give you £100 for your hair.
Sounds like a
We'll
plan.
have to swap heads. If we swap heads, which one is me?
The one with the head.
What, so I've done all that work for my body,
Yeah,
I've spent all that money on kettlebells, all that cycling, and I'm still just going to be a fat Hulk Hogan lookalike. I don't approve of that at all.
Well,
but at what point in my workout regime with the kettlebells are you going to think I need to buy a kettlebell? When the first stone drops off?
At the moment, it sounds like a good option.
Or once I'm here and my muscles are bulging out of my t-shirt. When I start doing the podcast shirtless so I can show you my pecs.
I think when you stop mentioning it, I'll just take the kettlebell home. You won't even notice.
You could probably do that now and I wouldn't notice. The reason I used it earlier is because Anna said, why did you buy that kettlebell? It's just in the way in the utility room and you haven't used it yet.
How much was it?
20 quid, I think.
That's not too bad. I might get my own one in.
But I would recommend getting a lighter one than this. My 10 kilogram one comes in 2 days' time, so I'll have a go with that. And then
That's a 20,
this is a 20. I don't know, perhaps the 10's going to be too light and I'll just go do 150 straight off and have to buy 15 straight away. But Anna's quite interested as well, so she might have the 10 if it is too light. I suspect I'm quite a weedy man and the 10 is going to be perfectly enough for me. But what I'm hoping it'll do is sort out my shoulders, because when I used to go to the gym,
yeah, my shoulders
are so pansy. That bit where you have to lift above your head, I could never do more than 10 kilograms on that.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything with my shoulders. I've started carrying my son around on my shoulders, just thinking it'll help.
Yeah, so I'm hoping, if nothing else, it'll make my shoulders more manly so I can start doing proper exercises on the rest of my body. I might be able to do my first press-up of my life. I've never done a press-up.
I've never done a press-up.
So
I used to pretend to do them when I did Kung Fu years ago.
We could do a fat man's press-up competition. First one of us to be able to do one press-up wins £5.
That wouldn't be me. I just don't see how I can do it. I can't.
Start doing it on your knees, and then.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I used to.
And then build up to it. Then I don't know. There must be a way. You know how there's the Couch to 5K app. There must be the Couch to 1 press up app. And if there isn't, we need to make that app.
Get on it. Because you need to basically be strong enough to push your weight off the ground. So
yeah.
you
need to be able to bench press 20 stone or whatever it is. But you could practice doing them on the walls. You could do them on your knees. There must be a way to build up to be able to do 1 press up. And from a lot of fat men out there, I would say a significant chunk of our listener base, 1 press up would be a major achievement of physical masculinity. I think that should be our goal. First to 1 press up wins my eternal praise. Want to get every episode of We're From The Internet at least a day earlier than the iTunes and Stitcher folk? Head over to we'refromtheinternet.com/pledge to support us on Patreon, and as well as early access, we'll throw in an exclusive weekly show just for our patrons too.